Well, I was away from home for about a week for work. Um, Came home to a fresh layer of dust everywhere, and looks like the cows that graze around here had a party in my garden. But did have some good news. Had a package sitting on the deck that I've been anticipating, um, and I'm pretty excited about. And it is a phone, and it's going to replace my Motorola uh, Moto G or something like that that I've had for a few years now. This phone, it's been really reliable, um, easy to use, just kind of a basic Android that didn't come with a lot of apps and preloaded software, so I really liked it. It just did the job I needed, but it's been getting slower and slower. I think fewer updates, and I don't think it's updating now any to the newer Android versions. And then on the back, where the keypad, or not the keypad, the thumb or fingerprint reader is, I noticed it's peeling away the whatever coating they have on the back of this, and the actual reader is kind of feels soft, like you can push it in, and I guess that's probably from thousands and thousands of my finger pushing up or rubbing up against that, has eventually worn it down over the years. So time to replace this. And so looking around, I found a phone that I believe it's about a year old. Actually, it's not something new from Motorola, but it is fairly new, and it's kind of not one that's common. Or whoops, hope that camera's not shaking too much. It's not a common or a flag. I don't think it's a flagship or considered a flagship phone for Motorola. So I just kind of happened upon it by doing a lot of research and a lot of digging around, and I kind of wanted to stick with Motorola. I've never used an Apple phone or iPhone or whatever they call them. I just don't like Apple products. I don't like the company or anything, so I've decided I'm gonna stick with Android, even though I don't like Google either. But so I've always had an Android phone. And I didn't really want to buy a Google phone, whatever they call it, Pixel or something. And I didn't want to. I mean, Samsung, I suppose, would be good. That's a popular brand for Android. But I came across this, and I decided, I think I'll give this a try. This is the Motorola, I guess you would say maybe Lenovo ThinkPhone. It's by Motorola, but Motorola and Lenovo are the same companies now. One owns the other. So glad this was on my deck, and of course there's nobody out here to come take packages off my deck, but this was sitting there, and so I'm excited about this phone because from everything I've read, it's kind of a monster. Well, I wouldn't say a monster of a phone, but it's really a high quality phone, and it goes in line with the ThinkPad, Lenovo ThinkPad, which is a computer, laptop, window based that a lot of people use, or not a lot, but a lot of business people use in businesses. I've had the ThinkPad before. And now I have the Lenovo IdeaPad. Real reliable, sturdy machines, great for travel, for business, and from everything I've seen about this phone, it's a similar quality. Now, it's been out, like I said, I think about a year. This is the 2023. I don't know if they're coming out with a newer 2024, but everybody on all the videos I've seen that have gotten this phone really like it. It's just a really high quality, reliable phone. sturdy. I think IP68, or it's really, you know, weather resistant, water resistant, um, and good battery life. Good, just kind of, it's almost like a sleeper that nobody's paid it much attention to, but the people that have found it are really excited about it and like it, and just think it's a great phone. And I think it'll last, you know, me for hopefully a few more years than this one that I've got right now. So I'm gonna open it up. There are, of course, a number of videos since this has been out for about a year. It's got one little tab here on the side, and let's just take a look at it. We might have to readjust the camera, but when you open it, there looks like some let's see, whoops, that wasn't good. Just kind of fell over onto my laptop, so hopefully that didn't do any. I'd hate to break the screen on the first right when I open it. But on this end, or on this side of the box, is just not much. Just a some sort of little package or box here, which looks like it is a some sort of protector or a case. Nothing else in here in this little slim package, and they do say plastic free, recyclable soy ink. It is a backing type case, or a case that you can see goes around the back of the phone, place for the camera and everything. So I'll have to put that on. And then some literature, some Meet Your ThinkPhone by Motorola. It's kind of like a quick start guide. A lot of things about the features. It's in a couple languages. Just how to get it set up and get started. So, and then I dropped the little thing for the when you put the SIM cards or whatever in. It's a little push thing, and comes with this charger. Let me see. I think that's got a piece of, and this is what a lot of people have kind of been really happy about. It does seem to be wrapped. I hope it's something I can peel off. I'd hate to peel it off, and then I'll just push it through here. This little sleeve, it looks like. And there we go. And it says 68 on it. And from what I understand, this is a really high-speed charger for the phone. 68 amp, I think, maybe. Is that why it has 68? But you can also use this on like my Idea Pad to quick charge it as well. And comes with the USB cable for doing the charging and everything. Don't believe there's anything else in behind everything. I'll just pull this stuff out real quick, but the way it's situated in here, it doesn't look like there's anything else in the box. So we'll just set that aside. The phone has just some more cardboard or paper on this side of it. Nothing. So really minimalistic type packaging. It's got a some sort of protective cover on it right now, so we'll just peel that off. And this, when they first came out with it, it was pretty expensive, and it was really, from everything I saw, it was designed for business people, for the business world, like business community, whatever you want to call them. I'm almost dropping it again. I almost slid out of this protective piece. So here is the phone, and I've got to be careful with it. let's just compared to my phone here, the Moto or the Motorola Moto G, whatever they want to call it, about the same size, maybe even a little smaller, definitely thinner. But I think the screen might be similar in size. Cameras located different now, and where it was up here on, and then your fingerprint reader right there on this phone. On this one, your camera, let's see, is up here in the corner also. And then down below in this corner, let's see if I can show it to you. It says ThinkPhone by Motorola. People have said, I mean, this is kind of a softish feel to it, but some folks have said it's kind of a carbon fiber, I forget what they call the material that it's used. It's an aluminum frame, pretty good heft or weight to it, but it's not too heavy. The front camera is in the middle right here. I'm trying to get this with the lighting right, but it's on the top in the middle, as opposed to on my current phone. It's in the upper corner, one of the corners. Your volume rockers or volume buttons and your power buttons on the side, and it looks like a speaker or microphone on the top there, a couple on the bottom. I don't believe they say there's any headphone jack on this one, whereas this one has one. It just has where you can plug in to charge it. I'm going to try to set it up though for wireless charging in my car and here at home, because I've noticed over the years of plugging in and out the USB-C, it just, things wear, and then it gets stuff in there and it's a little harder to connect and you have to clean it out and stuff. They do have a place down here, I don't know if, I believe that's for either your memory or SIM card. I'll have to read all that up to slide in there. 50 megapixel camera, and then it's on this side there is a button. It's a red button. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, there. And that's kind of goes back to the Lenovo ThinkPad or the Lenovo laptops that always had that little red button in the middle, like a finger, kind of like a mouse type track thing, or a little, I don't know what they call it officially, but you could move your mouse around with that little red button there, do certain things with it. If you didn't have your mouse with you, you could move the pointer on the screen around. So that kind of goes back to that, and that's, I think, you can set it up as a dedicated button to open things, when you push it, instead of having to scroll through things on your phone and everything. So I like it so far. Got to be careful, it's brand new. I don't want to scratch anything or break anything. And I'll put the protective case on the back, even though I kind of like this feel of this and it's kind of grippy. I think this might protect it a little better, and it's not super smooth either, so that might help also. And that just snaps on the back. So I'm going to get it all set up, and then I'll let you know what I think.